We're back. It's been a while. There's a lot in this video, which it'll explain why. So let's get to it. All right, it's been a minute since we updated on the drag car. We've been working on this thing after hours, on the weekends, doing a lot of boring stuff. So we didn't really film much of that, but I'll kind of show you guys where we're at now with it. It is the entire engine bay, as you can see from before, it was primered, but it's now all sanded. We've now sanded completely all of the interior and taped up all the roll cage because it's going to all be painted. So we do have a plan of attack with the paint on this thing, so you'll bear with us as we continue through with it. So from front to back, this will all get painted. The interior on the roof will all be painted as well because this isn't on yet. It's just laying here. There's a little image for you guys. So we're basically, it's been a long process to do all the primer, do the little bit of body work that was needed on the firewall, get it all taped up, and get it ready to paint. And that is happening tonight. So Robbie and Clayton and I are gonna basically pull the front end off and everything this evening and get it over to the paint booth and get it sprayed so that we can finally start putting the engine back in the car for the final time and start doing the wiring, finish up the last bit of wiring. I still have quite a bit of fabrication to do. Everything's covered in dust right now, but I'm gonna build new mounts. I gotta modify this front mount as well, and then I still have a whole bunch of coolant lines and stuff that I gotta do. There's still tons of stuff to do to this, but getting this painted means that when we start putting stuff on the car now, it's going to be on there for good. So I have a few more things showing up over the next day or two for the car as well that we're going to be adding on to it. So let's get to getting the front end off, getting it all ready, bagged up for the last little bit to get it sprayed. So we'll probably have some of that footage as well. So let's get to it. Before we get to my transmission, how about this transmission that's the same color outside that it is inside?
That's gross. But who cares about this right now because
well,
that's
this
not the drag car.
Yeah,
we're updating people with this.
Yeah, so the transmission, I took it apart, inspected everything. We cleaned up the case.
Robbie did a good job with that.
He did. Actually, I shouldn't say we. Oh, I tore it apart, but Robbie did all the cleanup. So it looks choice. So you'll see some of that in this video. Pretty basic stuff, just O2A, O2J transmission with a dog box gear set, straight cut gears. Tore it all down.
Yeah, just the basic stuff. You know?
No, but I mean, if you're following along with this car, it's basic for this kind of stuff. I did order safety stuff. Who would have thunk it? Oh, actually, we're talking about this, but we haven't even
No, whatever.
We haven't even ogled We haven't even ogled
They saw
over.
it. It's fine. It's fine. It's red. It's the same color as the old one. Whatever. It's the same car.
Look at it, Clayton.
It does look awesome.
We started to add some stuff. We got the steering column basically all done, mounted, cleaned up. Steering, everything is on here now for good. The shifter's in here for good. with the e-brake. The cables have been ran. Robbie and Clayton drilled the holes out, got those all settled out.
The mounts.
Oh, I built new engine mounts. We went with the stage 10s. It used to have BFI stage 2s, but you'll see in the video, I just made them straight out of steel. So
We got Dave stage 10s.
Dave stage 10s, yeah. Seal Motorsports stage 10 Mark III mounts. So those are in, ready. The steering rack and the subframe has all been taken out.
How about this?
all
How about
cleaned
this?
up.
Because you're talking so fast, I probably have footage of some of the stuff. I'm gonna edit in now. You had a breather.
Well, I was
a
amped
little
up.
bit of the footage as we went along.
Like, look in here.
What else oh my geez.
You got to go over the other side.
Oh, okay. 1 second. So you kind of skimmed over like this, like. So this is awesome. This is sturdy. Like this is good.
Very sturdy.
All the bracketry, everything.
I did everything basically in Fusion and then cut it on the CNC plasma. It is still a stock steering column, but
Look at the job on it. It looks money.
zoom in on those runs for Travis.
Okay, here Travis, look at those.
Look at those runs. He said he'll get rid of them.
Sure.
So yeah, we got a lot done on the inside. The whole interior was sanded. We had to tape up the roll cage to paint the red in here. I think we have footage of that. However, it was pretty monotonous.
So why didn't they paint the outside at the same time they paint the inside?
Because we're not there yet, Clayton.
All right.
And we still got to put the roof on. Although the inside of the roof is all shiny and blinging, the roof's still not attached yet. So we still got to do that. But we also, stuff that we're probably not going to see in this video, I don't think, is we did a bunch of work on the doors. We got Lexan windows. I did film some of that. Yes, we did. So here's some footage of gutting the doors.
And we're back again.
And we're back again. I did get Lexan windows for this, or polycarbonate windows.
Oh yeah, and Ben came over and
Yeah, so those are all drilled out now, marked. Everything's ready. The holes are going to have to be drilled out a little bit bigger, but everything is like marked appropriately now for the hatch and the windows. What else am I forgetting?
oh my
What
god,
else did we do?
there's so much stuff.
We've done a
There's
lot.
So much
we did
stuff.
this. We've talked about this for like a million years. We're trying to build a bracket or a mounting solution for the throttle body to put we got that tight fit. So Clayton and I basically made that from scratch with the small milling tools that we have. And it fits good, and it's gonna work for our purpose because, as I mentioned probably previously, we're switching to a drive-by-wire throttle body, and to help mitigate any vibration and give this thing a chance of doing its job, we're doing what are those called again? HD clamp on both sides of the throttle body. So
Yeah, so this can
this
move around a little
essentially
bit.
be floating so that the vibration from the stage 10 engine mounts and everything else we got solid mounted isn't going to impact this. At least that's the thought anyways.
Another thing,
Another thing?
Robbie got the 4-bolt setup on, so your old hubs and all that gear.
Yep, so,
we got,
oh yeah, we were talking about that and you wanted to do a pause. So the subframe came out, got cleaned up, steering rack got swapped over to my old steering rack.
Yeah, we had to adjust the mounting position of the front mount for that.
Oh yeah, we had to change that. Clayton did that. And obviously none of the suspension or anything set up yet. I think the next steps, they're going to just start doing some body work on it this weekend, I believe. So the next steps for this is going to be, I didn't even tell Clayton this yet, I think we need to put the fiberglass fenders on and the front bumper on and make sure everything is going to fit properly and build any brackets or anything that we need to make that all
before it goes
properly.
to paint this weekend.
Well, that was the thought, yeah.
So for everyone else, this weekend
So
is 2 days from now.
Yeah.
And
we still got to get the roof on.
yeah, and Dave works on other stuff besides the drag car, like during the day, so he can make money. And I got a job, and Robbie has a job. So
yeah, so well, some stuff's got to happen. So we'll figure it out. That brings us till now. Clayton, here it is.
A couple hours worth of work here.
Couple of hours worth of work, and we're further on. I think Clayton's probably going to have lots of footage. We made a big rush to get it to one of our local events that we host here. Clayton probably has some footage of it outside. Before it got to this stage, we basically tried to get it ready, get the engine in it, so we could showcase it at that event. So Clayton probably has some footage, as I mentioned. So now we're here at this point where we've gotten more on the engine. Some was taken off. I think we took the exhaust and stuff off, but we've gotten a lot more stuff done. Clayton's got a bunch of the brake lines and the slipper and stuff done. Robbie's started tackling the wiring again, which a lot of the sensors are connected. Obviously, it's going to be way cleaned up from where it is now. Keep in mind, the engine's coming out again before it gets back up and running, but we're very close to that. Clayton and I finished the coolant lines. Well, Clayton did most of it. I just welded up some of the fittings and stuff I had. We have a new coolant overflow bottle. Today we started working on the fueling stuff. What else am I forgetting, Clayton? There's been so much that has happened.
We got the windows done.
We got the Lexan windows done.
Or I guess Ben did, and Robbie and I and everybody. We got all that done. So yeah, I guess major thanks to a bunch of people that have been helping with this. Connor, Robbie, me, you, everybody. Like,
yes, Travis for painting it.
Yeah, Travis,
yes.
geez, yeah, Travis, yeah.
So like a ton has happened. Obviously, we didn't film a ton of stuff between, I guess, when in the footage, thinking about it, from we were kind of cutting up the doors and taping it up and getting ready for primer, and the initial interior stuff got done. We kind of went on a hiatus for filming, Hence why we haven't posted many videos, is because we had a big event to come to. We had a lot of cars to get ready. We had this that we were trying to get ready after hours. So here we are. To not glaze over a whole bunch of stuff, because again, we did so much in a short period of time, and we apologize for not filming everything, but we were in a rush to get this done. And we are still in a rush because we have an event to try to make it to in 3 weeks' time, and we hope to be running this car then. Who knows what'll happen, but again, we put a rush on it to get to this far, and we've done a pretty good job. So all of the shifter stuff, the seats, the staging brake, the brake bias, everything is mounted for the final time. The ECU, the cluster, we've modified the pedal for the brake pedal because we don't run a booster on this thing. I started running the EGT lines, sensors. I still got to put a grommet and stuff in that, but we are getting a lot further along now, and tons of stuff has been done. These moldings still need to be clipped on and probably urethaned on so that they don't fall off when we're trying to run this thing. We've done so much stuff. It's so hard to go over everything that we've done. Clayton probably has B-roll of a lot of it, but we're getting a lot closer to firing it up. In fact, I would say the next video you probably see on this thing is the car firing up for the first time and getting it ready to run on the dyno. There's still a few pieces to paint. The front end is still fiberglass, and it's behind Clayton, but anyways, there's still some pieces that need to be painted, but we didn't talk about the color, Clayton.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is going to be the color.
This is it. So we, as mentioned in previous videos, I had an idea in my head. Clayton and Robbie weren't 100% sold on my thoughts, but we went with Nardo Gray exterior. So the whole exterior of the car is going to be Nardo Gray. And the interior, as you can see, is all Tornado Red.
Sweet.
Fuss. Some other stuff that we did, I mentioned that we did the coolant lines, but this time everything got done in AN fittings. So Clayton probably has B-roll of all this. Yeah. We essentially wanted to ditch all the rubber lines, make this as serviceable and easy as possible. We can just put some AN lines basically in our bins that we bring to the track, so if something happens, we can quickly cut and make a line very easily. We're not looking for
some weird elbows and
exactly.
Stuff, yeah.
With we run the stock oil cooler in it, and there's really weird lines that come out of those factory. So it'd be nice, or it is nice, that now we're not dependent on these weird lines, basically. We did side skirts on it. Basically just had a shop up the street bend those up for us. There's nothing special about those. They are aluminum, they're thin, so they're light. We'll probably do, although they're very sturdy, the way we've done them, we'll probably do some bracing underneath it. In a perfect world, when the car's really all finished and ready to go, I'd ideally like to have the whole underneath plated. So
plated?
Well, like not plated, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. Smooth.
So smooth. So that will kind of tie into the side skirts. What we've done on the side skirts, the reservoir, the fuel pressure regulator, anything, the slipper, anything that's been bolted to the car, we're using nut certs so that it's really easily serviced. Before, everything was just self-tappers.
Yeah, and every time we took it off, bigger self-tapper.
It was one-time use. So nothing's mounted in here totally yet, but it's all getting very close. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's happening kind of all at the same time. We are in a big rush. Hope you guys like the color. I think it looks killer. Hopefully the footage kind of shows what it looks like, and the contrast between the two is gonna look really good when the front end and everything's on. So Clayton, what am I forgetting? There's tons of stuff that's happened in this video.
Man, this is a long video, like as in like a long time shooting it. So, mirror deletes. We got those.
Oh yeah, Clayton did those.
That's super important. But anyway,
aerodynamics is what we're going for. So if you guys have any questions or comments, be sure, as always, ask them below. I try to answer as much as I can. We got a lot going on with this thing and a lot to do in the next little bit. So let us know what you think of the color. If you got any questions, ask them. See you in the next video. I forget, it's been so long since we did videos. Subscribe, like, all that stuff. Bye.